Hello family, greetings. We're hoping that you're wherever you are. We have to celebrate this beautiful thing that Mali has done, and just on November 3rd in Buguni, the Goita Assimi, the president of Mali, inaugurated the second lithium mine in Mali, operated by Mines de Lithium de Buguni SA. This project, the result of partnership between Kodal Mining UK Limited, Hainan Mining Company Limited of China, and the Malian state, which owns 35% stake, marks a major step forward in the country's economic sovereignty. With an initial investment of $65 million, the mine will produce 120,000 tons of lithium in its first phase before reaching 590,000 tons by 2026, making Mali the leading African producer of lithium. The project has already generated 500 direct jobs and injected 24 billion CFA into the national economy, while funding community projects worth 317 million CFA. This is a strategic achievement that illustrates the Mali Kura 2063 vision that is about transforming natural resources into drivers of sustainable development and national prosperity. The reason why we are celebrating Mali, because Mali has been having a challenge, especially in October, where we saw a whole, there was a lot of problems because there was fuel shortage in Bamako. And this, when it escalated in October, we saw them closing schools because the power there was no power. The daily life was it was chaotic, because we would see people going to the the petrol stations. Gas pumps were empty, flights to Bamako being cancelled. The fuel crisis intensified in October 2025, and this was after a blockade imposed by militants affiliated with the JNIM and Al-Qaeda linked group active in the Sahel, and they were targeting fuel tankers of major highways, disrupting the supply chain that brings fuel into Mali. So this fuel comes from the coasts of Senegal and Ivory Coast, and the terrorists were burning tankers carrying fuel. There's a video going around of that, and nobody was talking about it except the imperialist media, which were saying that the JNM ambushed lorries, set some ablaze, and kidnapped drivers, effectively choking fuel deliveries. That was October 9. So there were long queues that formed at petrol stations, and by late October the situation worsened, with Al Jazeera noting that on October 29 that Al-Qaeda fighters were burning fuel trucks and shortages and supplies dwindles. This led to a severe shortage, prompting the Malian government to escort over 300 petrol tankers to Bamako under military protection a week after pumps ran dry. Right now, things are starting to go back to normal. We have seen even the AES military offering protection to tankers bringing fuel into Mali. We have also seen Niger, we have seen Burkina Faso coming to aid Mali. But we have also seen those media, the legacy media saying that Bamako has been surrounded by terrorists and blah 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 blah. And today we are reporting that the president of Mali has inaugurated a second largest lithium mine. This is what they never wanted, but you know what? This time it is happening again. So kudos to Assimi Goita, kudos to Mali. We know you are going far. Now this will bring jobs, this will bring development.
It already has, yeah?
Yes, and we also saw Goita Assimi has bought a whole new weapons from, I think, Russia, and this is the new normal, because these guys will not be singing that we blocked oil for long. Actually, in Buguni, they have already decimated a lot of them. So kudos to Assimi Goita and kudos to the AES.
Yeah, I'm just realizing that China, and which is the other one? The other.
It's UK and China.
Stakeholders.
Yeah.
UK.
Yes, UK and China. It's business, it's investment.
And I'm just saying Mali has only 35% shareholding into that mine, I was hoping at least 50 plus, just for control. But we don't know how they got to this agreement, because if it's just the three of them and you only have 35%, it means the rest share a bigger percentage than you.
No, the rest share how much is remaining? 65. So it can only be 30 or 35. So
what if it's 40 and 20?
But if I remember,
what if China is 40 and 20?
If I remember correctly, Mali did it. It's not only Mali and the UK company and China. It's also incorporates the public, because you see the government owns a bigger percentage. So if I remember correctly, Mali took like the most shares, so that it holds like even the voting rights. So the best thing is, they have a whole new policy that dictates how the proceeds from the mining and minerals will come back to the economy. That's why you are seeing that they were able to get back at 24 billion CFA, which is being used to improve the economy, for projects and all that. Because what is important, because this is investments, like you going to Mali to invest, you definitely want to get something, but are you getting the right amount of what you deserve, not stealing from the people? And that's the good thing about
lithium is used for mostly rechargeable batteries.
Yes.
We have medical, technological, and some different industrial uses for lithium, but mostly I'm seeing the batteries, the rechargeable batteries, and that is where China plays a huge role. So if Mali would be like Burkina Faso, where Burkina Faso tells Russia, we don't want your handouts, we want to learn from you. I just wish that Mali could be the same, could use the kind of same way of looking at things and doing things, where China, yes, you have the skills and we have the minds, and we both depend on each other for business. So give us the skills transfer, let us give you a percentage of the mines, and let us work together in making the end products of these things. Ibrahim Traore was asking the young guys the other day, see this fan, how is it operating? Why is it that we cannot operate it and make it here in Burkina Faso? Here in Burkina Faso, as the young people, why are we failing? We should wake up and do these things ourselves. You have the lithium, it makes rechargeable batteries. What is it? Why is it that you are not the ones producing these rechargeable batteries and giving out finished products to the rest of the world? Even sell to China finished rechargeable batteries, because they make the phones, they make the all of these technological things that use rechargeable batteries. Why don't we look at it in a way that we make it, finish it, produce it, and sell it to China, so that they can just go and insert it and now sell their phone or whatever product they are selling? That's the kind of businesses that we are looking forward to seeing, in the AES especially, because that is the only 3 countries that are promising us a way, are promising us to maneuver into such greater heights. And seeing Burkina Faso already moving towards that direction, it encourages me, and I wish that Mali can also follow suit, because Assimi Goïta, yes, is not the kind of vocal guy who will tell you that we have signed this, we'll be doing this and this and this, engineering will be done in schools. But for Traore, we are seeing every step of it and realizing that Russia in the next 5 years will not have a role to teach Burkinabe people, because they would have already learned, and they'll be the ones to spread the knowledge and the information to the rest of the younger guys in Burkina Faso. That is all I have to say about this lithium deal, and it's good news that we are seeing improvements and progress within the mining sector of Mali. Good news, Assimi Goïta.
I'm sure what is happening in Burkina is also happening in Mali and Niger. Only that Assimi Goïta doesn't.
Sure.
Yeah, because it's a confederation and he's the president.
Yeah.
So I'm sure.
And their ministers working hand in hand. Yeah?
But step by step, we are getting there.
Yeah.
Either way, brothers and sisters, support us by buying us coffee, buying our merchandise on Fourth War. The link is on our channel. You see store at the very end. When you're watching a short, you see shop. And also we have elegantmasai.com, where you buy African-made, handmade products, beautiful. And also support us by liking. If this is your first time seeing us, please subscribe and like this video. We have super chats, we have super thanks. Support us in the very many ways that we have, and we will appreciate. Thank you. We see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye bye.